What's up, snake fans? Dave Palumbo here from Muscle Serpents Daily, and today we're going to be going into the snake room and checking out some cool hurricane combinations that I produced in 2020 and seeing, what's cool about them and what combinations and what kind of epistasis, the term epistasis meaning how the genes interact with each other and create something greater than what they are singularly. So if you add 1 + 1, you expect to get 2. With gene stacking, or this epistasis thing that goes on, 1 + 1 can equal 5, 6, or 7 sometimes. So they enhance each other. And when you stack the right genes, man, it looks phenomenal. So we're gonna take a look and see what stacking the hurricane gene onto some other cool genes like banana and rainbow and other stuff, mojave, does to the hurricane gene, and which ones might be better than others and which one might not work out so well. But the bottom line is the only way to find out is to test it out. Let's take a look. Here's a really nice banana spider hurricane, possible pastel, possible woma. It's 50% head clown. How's that for a nice looking male? Really, really, really nice colors. So I always like spider and banana. I mean, some people don't like the spider gene. I do. And I love spider and banana together. One of the best combinations, really. Spider cleans up banana so much. And then, of course, add the hurricane in there. You can't go wrong with that. Now, hurricane doesn't really look like that much when it's mixed with spider, because spider unravels it a lot, and we've talked about that in the past, but this male has great potential to pass on, the banana, hurricane genes, and all that stuff. But this is a really, really nice looking male. I'm debating whether to keep him or put him up. We'll see. As you guys have figured out by now, I don't put things up so quickly. I'm afraid to sell stuff off too fast. Now here's a hurricane. Let's get it, open it. Here's a hurricane that's 50% het clown, female. I'm thinking about holding her back too, because I don't have that many female hurricane het clowns. Now I don't know if she's going to prove that or not, but her pattern is, kind of a little weird. It's not like a typical hurricane pattern, although it is, but it's a little different, which usually, het clown will mess with pattern too. So I'm thinking that this girl probably will prove out to be het clown. And a lot of people just like that plain hurricane morph with nothing else added to it. So this is a really nice looking female. I've had a hurricane het clown before, and she looked very similar to this. I sold her, and she was 100% head clown. I think that was the head clown that started all the hurricane clowns out there, to be honest with you. So this girl, same clutch, obviously, and then here's another one from the same clutch. We're gonna show you banana hurricane cinnamon, woma. Whoa, 50% head clown. Not happy. I love cinnamon and banana are great together because you get a lot of purpling going on and a lot of interesting stuff happening there with that cinnamon in there. Hurricane, obviously dark morph too, so I think that cinnamon with the hurricane, and then you add banana on that and you get like almost a purple snake. This snake is really purple, and the oranges are really, it almost looks like it has mandarin in it. But it doesn't, obviously, but really, really nice contrast between the purples and the oranges here. This is a keeper for me, for sure. And then here's banana hurricane. This is your typical, really stereotypical banana hurricane. There's your little swirls. Pastel. I think there might be woma in here too, I'm not sure. This is also 50% head clown. See that pastel head, so this is banana pastel hurricane for sure, possible woma, and 50% head clown. Really, really nice looking male. Another, anything banana hurricane that's possibly head clown, I want to keep that, because those combinations are amazing. And look at all that. There's some paradoxing in there too. If you look in the dorsal striping area, let's see if we can get that shown up. Or it looks like maybe it's a hurricane, and maybe this is paradoxing, or it could just be the woma popping through. Look at this little, I didn't even see this. Look at this little right here. This little doohickey. That looks like like a Captain Hook from, we should call this Hook. That's going to be his nickname, Hook. But I love, you know, as he's growing, he's really changing a lot. Look at the dorsal stuff going on the snake. Let's take him outside because look at that dark purples going on here. That's really unusual. All right, we got him out here. I don't know if this is gonna show off better, but this snake has some really cool looking dorsal purpling going on. It almost looks like paradoxing, but it's not. It's part of the pattern. I have to assume that this is the Woma interacting with the banana here, pastel genes. Really cool. Of course, this could also be possible head clown, 50%. So that's another possibility. This is a really, really nice looking snake. In and of itself, it doesn't even need that much done to it at this point. I mean, it's tremendous. Hurricane, once again, with banana is working better than I ever thought. I believe I produced the first one initially a couple years ago, and the more genes you stack on it, dark genes, the better it seems to get. And once again, I love this little hook here. It actually looks like if you look at the map of Italy, it's the boot right there. Or if you turn it upside down, it looks like a hook, like Captain Hook. So, all right, just thought I'd give you guys a little outdoor look at this guy. And since we're on the hurricane kick here, this is what I believe to be an Orange Dream Mardi Gras, or an Orange Dream Enchi Freeway, Freeway being the yellow belly and asphalt. It acts like a super, and I believe there's hurricane in here too. The side pattern swirliness that's going on here seems to be the hurricane coming through here. And it's got a dark tinge. There's definitely Orange Dream in here, and then it's got that darkness to it at the same time. It's like a dark burnt orange, which I have to believe is the hurricane doing some kooky stuff to this combination here. Of course, this male is going to be helping. I have way too many Freeway combinations now. One day I'm going to show you all my Freeway stuff. Maybe I'll make that the next video. And the progression of how I've developed all the hurricane, all the Freeway stuff. Little by little, each year I add a new one to my collection with another gene added on top of it, which is nice, you know, because it keeps getting better and better. I haven't produced one that's gotten worse, although I've seen some online that I think have too many genes in it, and it makes the Freeway combination not look as good. But there's some really, really wacky ones out there that I really, really like a lot. So I'm actually looking at purchasing one right now. I don't really need it, but it's like I want it. One of those deals. So I'm thinking, I'm debating whether I should pull the trigger. I don't want to tell anyone what it is in case I decide not to buy it. So, all right, well, this once again, I believe to be a Hurricane Orange Dream Mardi Gras. And the great thing about that last one was that this whole clutch I'm showing you right now is all het pied, or 50% het pied, I should say, possible het pied. I should really preface that. Now this one, this male, Ivory, which is a super yellow belly, is also Enchi. He's possible Hurricane, possible Lesser, possible Orange Dream, and he's 50% het pied. So this guy's a powerhouse here. If you're looking to get into something and you know, a relatively cheap price, because you know, I can't prove any of these different genes in here until they're bred out. This male might be something you want to pick up because there's a lot of possible potential here. Ivory stuff is great. If you're in the Freeway project, you want to have Ivories in your collection for sure, because they definitely increase the possibilities of producing what you want. I use a lot of Ivories, especially in the females, to really breed my Mardi Gras too, because you're either getting Ivories or you're getting Mardi Gras when you do that. So that's another advantage, you know, to having an Ivory. Ivory males too. I used an Ivory male to produce my Banana Orange Dream Freeway that I produced both last year and the year before that. So that's something to think about. All right, this one's a really cool one. This is what I believe to be a Super Hurricane Mojave Enchi yellow belly. I don't know if it's got pastel in it. 50% het pied, 50% het rainbow. Look at this beauty. What a gorgeous female. Pretty sure I'm holding her back, and I'm almost positive this is Super Hurricane. So I mean, look at the contrast in the snake and all the different colors and pattern stuff going on. It's so busy. It's really, I just, you know, I had this thing marked A+ when I put it in here because I wanted to remind myself how amazing the snake was. Mojave really interacts well in an interest. I should say it interacts in an interesting way with Hurricane. It doesn't. It reduces the Hurricane swirls a little bit, but it adds a lot of color contrast to it. And now that I'm seeing it with the Super Hurricane, it's even more pronounced. Obviously, Enchi enhances everything. I believe this female is going to prove out to be het pied too. Even though it's hard to tell if there's pied markers, but I see very light train tracks on here, so it's possible. She's really, really nice, this girl, and she's growing really nice. Her mom is big. The genetics of these snakes seem to definitely, certainly mimic their parents for sure. So she'll be staying in the collection more than likely. Now I figure since we're talking about all Hurricane stuff today, I want to just end today's video with this gorgeous female. And this was from one of my rainbow clutches where I actually produce visual rainbows, but the reason I'm showing this girl to you is because she is a Hypo, Enchi, Super Hurricane for sure. And this is just extreme. If you like the extreme Hurricane swirls and on a slightly lighter snake, it seems like Hypo gene doesn't really reduce the swirling, and Enchi doesn't really reduce it too much either. So this is like the perfect like Hurricane if you're just looking. And obviously she's 50%, or she's 66% het rainbow too, so you can't go wrong with that. Look at all this like little white flecking in here. I don't even know what that's from, but that's really kind of cool looking. I don't know if that's the het rainbow at play or what, but so I haven't really noticed too many markers in terms of het rainbow goes. But this is a very high expression Super Hurricane. Really nice looking. This snake will be for sale. This is a female too, so she will be up eventually. If you guys want to hit me up before I list her, you can do that. I sell most of these higher end snakes before I even put them on. Most of them never make it to the morph market. This girl is exquisite, and like I said, I would probably go. I don't even know what's going on here. I'm almost thinking maybe I should keep her because she's got so much interesting. I don't see that whiting effect on any of the other ones so far. So act quickly before I change my mind. All right, I couldn't resist. If we're gonna do a video on Hurricane stuff, I gotta throw the Super Hurricane, possible Super Enchi, Hypo, Rainbow in there. This is a different one than I showed the other day. So really, really extreme hurricaning, extreme outlining and highlighting. Look at that orange head. The purples in this thing are off the charts. This is what I call the ultraviolet. The ultraviolet being the Hypo, Super Hurricane, Rainbow, with at least one copy of Enchi in there. I guess I'd call the super ultraviolet would be the Super Enchi. I don't think this is Super Enchi. It's possible that it could be, but I don't think it is. It's hard to tell. There's so much going on here. I wouldn't guarantee it. So we're gonna call the ultraviolet the Hypo, Super Hurricane, Rainbow, and then the Super Enchi version would be the Super Ultraviolet. That's officially now the name I'm giving it. Because it is ultraviolet. I should get a UV light and see what it looks like under that. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today. It was a quick hit. We took a look at some real cool Hurricane stuff that really gets me going, man. Because you know what? There's not that many people out there doing the Hurricane yet. It's still a project you can get into and create stuff that hasn't been created yet. Although I got to tell you, I've seen some really cool Hurricane clown stuff that a lot of guys are doing out there. Kudos to them, man. I've seen some amazing combinations done. I haven't really created anything spectacular in the clown Hurricane, although I have a lot of stuff on the horizon coming up. But you know what? I like Hurricane Clown. I think it looks great, and the prices are you know, holding really well in the market. But I think there's other cool stuff that, you know, when you look at the Hurricane Rainbow project, man, that's amazing. You know, can I get Clown into that? That's obviously the next step. I don't even know how that would work, because for some reason, clown is one of these things that unravels patterns. So you don't see the extreme hurricane in the clown. That doesn't mean it doesn't look good, because because hurricane adds darkness, and contrast, which is what makes the clown look better. However, when you add the hurricane to something like rainbow, as you saw in Hypo and Enchi, you see the colors coming out and the discrepancies, or what we call contrast, popping even more. And if I can add more into that to create that element of more, yet still keep the hurricane pattern, I think that's the future, at least for me, where I want to head with the hurricane gene. All right, guys, if you're enjoying what you're seeing, make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on your notifications, hit the like button, and we'll see you back